Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the 2021 SSBB Esport Championship. Joining us on an endurance evening, and it is pretty hectic. I've been adjusting quite a few things just to try and get the setup right, because this track is quite intense in terms, it's very demanding. We're starting a bit early tonight. I'd like to start early. I've got a few questions I need to answer here, but effectively we are in for 25 laps of the advanced circuit. It's going to be a long race. This guy's got a long race ahead of him. Fuel depletion is set quite high, so I've changed that. And it's going to be interesting. Let me answer a few of these questions with you in a second. So let's just quickly jump in. So we're starting in about 5 minutes. Let's have a look at the points here. So these are the points after. These are the points after the last endurance race, which was at Willow Springs Raceway, which was really good. That event, go check it out on our channel. It was freaking amazing. So currently overall leading the charge, this excludes the points drop for the end of the season. Leading the charge is Alex Wilmot, second is Mr. Boombastic, third is Venture 26, fourth is McFlurry on 64, fifth is Spage, sixth is Jedi, seventh is Ian 8th is Davide, 9th is Dens, and 10th is Death Raccoon. I'm not really going to read out everybody else, but man, we're in for a good evening. It's going to be a long stint tonight. I told the guys I wanted to start a bit earlier, purely because the race is going to be quite a bit longer. But I also have with me in my hand, on my phone, obviously, the names of all the corners. So that's something I have to learn. I'll just get this. There we go. So the corners, the one Maltese coming up to here is Musalan corner. And then the next one is Indianapolis. You also have Ornage. I'm not sure if you're pronouncing that right. Then you go up to the Porsche curves. Then you're in the new, I think it's New Mason Blanche. And then you go over to the Ford chicane, then Dunlop curve, the S's, and then the, what is that? The Territory Rouge. And then we go down the straight and we get to the Arch chicane, then the Mulsanne straight, and then something I can't pronounce, and then the Mulsanne King, and then the Mulsanne Hairpin. So yeah, I'm gonna have to work hard to remember all of this. But so let's just look quickly. How are we looking on time? 2 minutes to go. Let me tell these guys. Okay, so currently leading the charge in the practice is Malti. Second is Spage Finn. Third is Venture 26 in the Hyundai Genesis. Fourth is Slung, practicing on the mediums. Fifth is Jedi Jonah on the soft. Sixth is Ian Evo on the hard. Seventh is Adders on the hard. Eighth is McFlurry on the hard. Ninth is Jake on the hard. 10th is Dens on the soft. 11th is Mr. Boombastic on the hard. A lot of these guys are going to want to get off the hards as quick as possible. So they might start on the hard. So 10th, Alex Wilmot, not showing his true pace. Octagon parking in the middle of the circuit for what? I don't know. Dens, Octagon's on the soft. Dens is on the hard. He's parked it. He's waiting. Spage Finn is on the hard. So, how are we looking on time? 1 minute to go. So it's 1 minute basically until we start qualifying. Let's let these guys know. Okay, we're starting now. Alright, so we got a long evening ahead of us. Let's have some fun. We have quite a lineup as well. So let's see. Is everyone in? 13 cars. Toilet, seriously. It is. That's not funny. Oh, Jedi, he's not on the circuit. Is Jedi in? Yes, man. You have to watch these so quick. Well, keep your eye on this. Okay, everyone in? Can we start? Fun. There we go. Let's see how it goes. Multi getting ready. So a lot of guys showing a lot of good pace, and the guys, a lot of guys really enjoying this endurance format. And the race last weekend, Willow Springs Raceway, was quite interesting. But it was brilliant racing in the end, and no one really anticipated the circuit, whereas I think a lot of people anticipated this circuit. And what we do in the SSBB Championship is we keep the circuit, the endurance circuit, as applies, so that it doesn't allow people to go and practice for hours on end, because not everybody has the time available to them to sit and practice. So the circuit that we race at is reasonable. So let's try the course. Subaru's not slowing this guy down, that's for sure. So Opticon has raced with us before, hasn't raced for a while. So Multi currently leading the charge, then it's Opticon. Then it is Venture 26 leading a massive train behind him. And all these guys are going to want to pick up the toe. I guess it's all about the toe here, but you're bounce off the limiter anyway, so I'm still hopeful. So this is going to be interesting. There's a massive train forming up. All three of these guys are super fast. Venture 26 is quick, Alex is quick, Mr. Bombastic is quick. Mr. Bombastic and Alex had a massive dice at the last event. So Venture pulling out of it, clever man, very clever. Multi also pulling out of it, looking for the toe. These guys know what they're doing here. It's great stuff to see. It's wonderful. And so we'll just keep an eye on the times. 9 minutes to go. But interesting train of cars here. And this is what you got to do. It's brilliant. It's really amazing. This is how it goes. Answering some comments here. Welcome everyone, thank you, welcome. Cars Life at 4. So, lots of position swapping happening, and obviously doing that because of the toe. This man is absolutely lightning. So, fourth currently in the train is Opticon. No, it's Venture 26, he's gone past Opticon. Opticon is getting out of the way. So, the Denz has gone past, so has the Flying Fin. So Opticon's dropped down to 7th. Jedi is kind of on his own. Slung is out there, he's also on his own. In 9th place, Ian Evo in 10th. He's going to look to pick up a slip. Jake E in 11th. McFlurry in 12th, all on his own. And Adder's also in 13th. So Alex leading the charge here. He's going to start his hot lap now. We'll just keep an eye on everything, so interesting stuff. Let's see how this man gets on. So he was looking very good in his practice. He shared a lap with us, and he's got Multi right up his chuff. So Multi want to be working with Alex to try and assist in bump drafting and also get a tow. It's such a long track. In this instance, because it's the first lap, it's, I think effectively whoever finishes in front of us, we could be the one that has the quickest time. So Alex looking very, very good there. Very smooth, pushing hard. Multi in the perfect place. These guys are sending it. It's great to watch. Really good to watch. Brilliant racing. I think this is going to carry on the whole evening. We've got 26 laps around here. So these two still pushing each other along. The third is Venture and Mr. Bombastic. So Mr. Bombastic, it's the second penalty. No, it's Dan's out in 5th. 6th is Arctic Kong, 7th is the Finn, 8th is Jedi Jonah, 9th is Slum, 10th is Evo, 11th is Jake, 12th is McFlurry, and 13th is Addis. This is in this is basically in the order that they went, well, the order they are at now on the lap. It's no one set a time yet, so you see Multi pushing Alex very hard. See, there was even a bit of contact, so probably just pushing him down. Let's go. So I don't know. Oh, it's gonna hurt Alex's lap. But it means Multi would have gotten, he would have gotten the time now, so. Interesting. So, Multi got past, he knows that would give him the actual lap time. Let's see. So, second is Alex Wilmot. Alex is also going to push Multi now. Third is Venture 26 in this train. Fourth is Mr. Bombastic. Going wide, that's unfortunate for him. Fifth is Arctic Kong. Sixth is Dens. Seventh is the Finn. Eighth is Jedi. Ninth is Finn. 10th is Slum. 11th Jake. 12th McFlurry. 13th Alex. So, Multi picked up a penalty and let Alex pass because he wanted to bring his penalty. So, let's see what the times are. Alex, I think, would have gone quickest. No, Venture goes quickest. That is a good time from Venture, and that's because Multi and Alex were sitting and playing with each other and allowed the other guys to get quicker times. So, gone in. I'm not sure if he's gone in to change tyres or he's just parked it. So, but Octicon was on the soft tyre. That's the other thing to remember, that whatever you qualify with here, you must start with. And not everybody's on the soft tyre. So 0.7 is the gap between Octicon and Venture. It's a good time for Venture, but only 69 thousandths quicker than Alex, and very, very good stuff. So it's Opticon, Venture, Alex, Multi. Fifth is Dens. Sixth is seventh is McFlurry. Good turn for McFlurry on his own, because McFlurry's on the hard type. Finn is also on the hard. So is Dens on the hard. Multi's on the soft. Alex is on the medium. So Multi needs to pick his pace up. Let's Let's go back to Evo. He's on the hard. We've got 2 minutes to go. Jedi Jonah is on the medium. Jake is on the hard. Jack's on the hard. Slung in 12th is on the medium. Adders is on the hard. Adders just got a quick Octicon. Doing a practice start. If he has anybody around him. Lighting up those tires. So, Octicon still quickest. He's on the medium. Now, you can pick up a penalty if you do a quick time on the soft, but then start the race on the medium. So Octicon would have to go back to the soft. We'll just let him know, because he did his quick time on the soft. So, interesting, 23 seconds left. These guys are going to have to make a plan. Not a lot of time left. So, second is Venture 26. Yeah, thank you, Octicon. Just thank you. Okay, so Octicon first, second is Venture 26 at this stage. Alex is third. He's on the medium also. Fourth is Melty on the soft. Fifth is Denz on the hard. That's a good time for Denz. He's basically 3.7 seconds behind, but he's done a good time. So Alex still third, Melty fourth. The Finn, he's fifth on the hard. Yo, it's a good time from the Finn on the hard tyre. Bombastic on the hard, also sixth, good time from him. Denz, seventh on the hard. McFlurry, eighth on the hard. Ninth is Yaniva on the hard. 10th is Jedi on the medium. Jake, 11th on the hard. Adders 12th on the hard, Slung 13th on the medium. So let me just capture this while I've got a second here. Just a few minutes to go. At this stage, that's qualified pole. But there's still time, so who's still out there? Alex, no, he's up, he's got his. So there's no one else that's on the soft except for Malty, but looks like his lap is up. Everyone is pretty much done. Not sure who's still out there. It's McFlurry making mistakes. He's on the hard though, and his tyres are cooked, so he's obviously done a race simulation. McFlurry, what are we doing? Jedi finished. Jack finished, Adders finished, Slung finished, so it's only McFlurry we're waiting for. He's busy doing donuts. Can you go up the line, McFlurry? And we'll finish, wrap this up. Okay, who else is there? Okay, here we go. So, looks like that is it. There's still 2 minutes remaining. Okay, it's out. The lap count. That's it. Remaining lap count. So Venture 26, only 69 thousandths slower, and he was on the medium. Sorry, ahead of, yeah, that's ahead of Alex. Octagon was 0.6 of a second quicker. It's quite tricky. Starting any of these cars, getting them off the line, especially the front wheel drives. Oh man, it takes some doing. But that's all part of it, you know. Like I say, it's the same for everyone, really. So we've got a long race ahead of us, 25 laps. So I suspect that that's going to be close to 2 hours. So almost 30 seconds to go. Just going to take a quick drink break before we get off. Alright, we are on the start line. Let's see who gets a good start. Octagon gets a terrible start. Everybody tries to get around him, but sure, that is a terrible start by Octagon. Unfortunate, great effort in the qualifying, but just a terrible start. Look at the train of cars coming through here. Venture 26 had a dream start. Second is the Finn. Third is Mr. Bombastic. So, look at that train of cars. Gorgeous, gorgeous shots of these cars coming through here. The Finn and Mr. Bombastic. Great start. Also from Dens. He's under pressure from Evo. Jedi, Jonah, all of them. They're just flying through here. So, this is very interesting. Great start from these boys. Ian Evo putting Dens under huge pressure, so this is going to be slipstream shortly, and it'll be interesting to see who does what way. So this man leading the charge, Venture 26, he's done everything he needed to at this stage of the game, but it's a massive. This on the weekend of the actual Le Mans 24-hour. Well done to Toyota for their efforts this weekend. And so second at this stage is still a Finn. The gap is 0.7. And staying within that gap. Not sure if it's fuel saving. Just have to see how the strategies play out. So in terms of tyre, we've got a medium, hard. Because we're busting in the hard. Dens on the hard. Yeah, this is interesting how this is all coming. There's quite big dice happening here. Oh! There was quite a big shunt happened there. Let's just see. That's the second or so. Let's just see what happened there. That was Alex on Ian Evo, so not sure if something happened before that, but yes, what a train of cars. This is going to be interesting if it carries on like this, because there's really nothing in it between these cars. So Alex on the medium, Dens on the hard, Ian Evo on the hard, Jedi on the medium. Look at these cars. Octagon on the soft, he has had a terrible start. Jake on the hard. 10th is Melty on the soft. McFlurry on the hard, he's 11th. Slung 12th on the medium, Adders 13th on the hard. So this will be good seat time for Adders. 0.9 of a gap between between Venture 26 and the Finn. Let's jump to this this little dice here between Evo and Venture 26. Sorry, Ian Evo and Dens and Jedi. This is quite something. Oh, pushing and shoving happening there. That is not good. Not good to see. Not good news. I don't want to see that. That's very unfortunate. So not sure what happened there. Looked like I was a pinball. Jedi into Dens, into Arctic, into Ian Evo. It's very not good. Not good. So 7th. So is Ian going back? He's coming in. He's getting off that hard tire. And that makes sense. Get off that tire as soon as possible. He's already had an issue. He got slowed down. Well, he got punted off, so it makes sense. Come into the pits and absorb that delay while you can. Get onto the soft tire. It's good thinking there from Evo. So Venture 26 now, still leading the charge, 1.3 seconds ahead of Alex. And behind him, Alex, so Venture's on the medium, Alex is on the medium. Third is the Flying Finn, also he's on the hard. That is good pace from the Finn. Fourth is Mr. Plastic, also on the hard. So these two Subarus absolutely flying on the hard tire. So let's just have a see here. Fifth is Jedi Jonah. This trio of cars is the extreme city. So Multi's on the soft tire. Multi will come through quite easily. So will Opticon. He's also on the soft tire. It's just down the straight to the same. But Jedi's going to have to give it up. So 7th is Opticon, 8th is Jack. Let's go back to this. I'm super impressed with the Finn. Finn is bombastic. Because they, like I said, they're on the hard tires. These Subarus are flying. So this battle developing quite nicely. Melty and Opticon and Jedi. Jedi's on the medium, so they would be quicker than him anyways. Jack is on the hard, he's currently 8th. Dens is 9th on the hard. Let's just go back to that incident. I pushed the wrong button, sorry, we can't do that. Slung currently out in 11th place, he's on the medium tire. Adders on the hard tire, and Ian Evo on the medium. So he's decided to get off the hard as quick as possible, which was good thinking from him. You know, he like I say, he had that he got punted off, so it just made sense. Absorb the delay, get onto the quicker tire as quick as possible. So he's coming up now to pass Adders. Adders on the medium, so is Ian Evo, but Ian got a much better run. So it's good seat time for Adders. He's been doing very well in the Clubman's Championship, so this is very good for him. And Multi. I'm sorry, not sure what he's talking about, but okay, so much has happened. We are on lap 2 of 25, and it has been 7 minutes already. It's going to be a long evening. So Alex looked like he got past Venture 26 there. Venture maybe made a mistake. Alex also getting really loose there. But it is a game of nutrition. And these two, Alex using a bit more fuel and Venture. So interesting. The Finn Bombastic also going hammer and Thomas. They are on the hard tire. So what's the tire wear like? Interesting. So the Hyundai uses its tires more for sure. So Melty on the soft, he's in 5th place. And he's got Octocom behind him also on the soft. So it would make sense that Melty would get past these guys. Really because he's on the soft tire. Getting past it very nicely. Mr. Bombastic, he's just dropping places. These guys are on the hard tire, so Optical on the soft tire. Dragon on the medium. Dings on the hard. He's going to the 9th. And Flurry on the hard 10th. Slums on medium, he's in 11th. Ian Evo on the medium, he's in 12th. He's 13th. So Alex got him as 0.9 second gap. This race is going to go on between these two. I mean, they've got quite a significant gap between the next couple of guys. Okay, it's 6 seconds between Melty and Venture, and considering the fact that Melty, something happened in the beginning, he started right from the back, so he's doing well to catch these guys. I mean, yeah, so you've got this is interesting. You've got the Finn and Mr. Bombastic going at it, both on the hard tire, and then you've got Octocom on the soft tire. Looks like he just made it past Finn. So let's just have a look at that. Alrighty, so not racing between these guys, but that's how it goes, man. This is the gap between Spage, Finn and Octocom. Finn is on the hard and Octocom is on the soft. Octocom is definitely using a lot of his tyre. And Finn is very good on tyres. That's super seems on tyres. So let's go back to keep an eye on these guys. The gap now with the lead is 1.6. So go back to Octocom. He needs to get past the Finn as quick as possible because he's on the soft tire. You know, he's losing time and on the first tire. Where he sits behind these guys is that he's going to be more time he's going to lose effectively. So but this is racing. As there's also quite a big pole compared to that Subaru. Oh, it's a big slide there from the Finn. So let's see, was there a bump there? So he's going to be pushing out to come. down the straight. Let's just go back and have a look there, see what happened. Was there contact? No, he just got a big tank slap on the next to that corner and just, sent him sideways. So he's hanging on, the Finn is hanging on, but he's on the hard tire. So he kind of just needs to put his head down and stay in it. So fourth is Mr. Bombastic. He's kind of staying with Melty, which is good because Mr. Bombastic is on the hard. And Melty third is on the soft, so that's huge. About 6.6 seconds on the pressure. So good pace here from Mr. Bombastic. On the hard tire, that's very, very advantageous to him because that means that in his time on the hard tire, he's managed to really slip and make significant progress. So in other words, really good lap times, really good pace, overall race pace, and that will help towards the overall time. And later when he switches to the medium and soft, then he'll be able to obviously do the quick times on the soft. This stint on the hard is very good. He's getting sucked along here by Melty, who's on the soft tire, which is brilliant. Good stuff from Mr. Bombastic. So Opticon, also the Finn is getting sucked along by Opticon, who's on the soft tire. So it looks like Mr. Bombastic going really deep there. Aggressive driving from Mr. Bombastic. There's no contact, but it's good driving from these guys. So the soft tire wears out a lot quicker than the hard tire. And if we look at pace, let's just look at lap time so quickly. So Melty's last lap time was a 4:43. Mr. Bombastic was a 4:02. Octagon also a 4:02. Finn 4:03. So it's 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds a lap, I guess. It's huge, but look at the tire wear on the hard tire compared to the soft tire. And that's probably why Melty is battling the way he is, because there's just almost nothing left in that soft tire. So there we go. He goes in. Interesting. Very interesting. So nothing left on that soft tire, and there's plenty left on the hard tire. The hard tire is fantastic. So that is interesting. So once you've done your regulatory stops, so in other words, you've done your time on the hard tire, and you've done your time on the medium and then the soft. The tire you choose after that will be interesting to see. Would the guys go with the medium or the soft? The soft, you're obviously going to get the pace, but it looks to have much higher wear than obviously compared to the hard. I mean, the hard is significantly less than the soft. So Alex is on the medium. He has quite a bit of wear. Venture is on Bombastic is on the hard. The Finn is on the hard. Jack is on the hard. Jedi's on the medium. So, like I said, it's really interesting to see. Just look at times again. Alex is doing 4:17. That's flying. Venture is also 4:1. Okay, Alex's best is at 3:58. Not sure if that was on a soft. I don't think Alex has stopped, so that's a phenomenal time. It's probably when he was in his slip, Venture slip. So 4:17 for Alex, 4:13. Bombastic 4:11. He's on the hard tire. Okay, so that is pretty significant considering he's on the hard tire. So it might not be, let's say, a good point of reference, considering his pace is so good. But look, the Finn and Mr. Bombastic, in terms of weighing, they're the same. The mediums is Venture and Alex. Okay, Alex has much higher tire wear. They, like I said, they have quite a bit more tire wear. So in the long run, it might be an idea to stay on the hards, because you probably have to do one less stop in the end. A stop costs you quite a lot of time. Are you gonna make that time out of the soft tire or the medium? I don't know. I don't think so, because it's such a long. This track has so many long straights. I don't think you're gonna make that time. Alex has still got the fastest time of the race, and he's on the medium. So I think in the long run it wouldn't make sense, after you've done your regulatory stops, the hard, the medium, the soft. Look at that beautiful slide from the Finn. Sending it, brother. Beautiful. Let's just take another look at that. Oh, gorgeous. I must say the Finn and Bombastic are really good competitors. It's great to see. So these two also very good. Both of them obviously very good drivers, very quick. This man we've seen in all the different cars, the E30 M3, the front wheel drive class. Venture can switch it on when he needs to, but this Alex as well, he's also extremely good competitor. So Alex comes into the pits. What will Venture do? He's also coming into the pits. So these boys also, they're calling it now. So this will be interesting. Bombastic stays out. So the hard tire in the long run, I reckon, is the way to go. Because if you look at the wear on the hard tire compared to the mediums, we saw Multi go in. He had the same issue, and he was doing the same kind of times. So it doesn't pay to be on the softs. That's what it looks like on face of it. So, unless you want the lap time, so you have to do a stint on the soft anyway. So you go for quickest lap when you're doing that, and so that would obviously make sense. Alex also now filling up. So just a reminder on the regs, the fuel gauge count needs to change over by 1 click to satisfy the rule. And the rule being that you have to put fuel and tires every single pit stop. So currently leading this race, we have lap 6 at 25. Unreal. Mr. Bombastic with 3 Dutch German. 3.8 second gap over the Finn. Both these guys still on the hards. I think they're going to want to go really long on these tires. Jack E on the hard. It's really interesting the way this is playing out. Jedi Jonah on the medium. Look at the wear. It's consistent with everyone. So Jedi on the medium. Denz on the hard. Same sort of thing. And he's in the Hyundai. So it's good to see Jedi, he's in the Hyundai, and so it's good to see a Hyundai in terms of comparison. So Denz can still go long here. Venture 26, they came out 6. He came out ahead of Alex, so Alex might have put for Venture. Yep. So Venture's got just under 3/4 of a tank, Alex has got a full tank. So Multi, he's gone onto the medium now. He's got a purple sector. He is full tank on the mediums. It's really quick. He's joined us quite recently. Proved to be a really good driver. It's really racing all the time. So really in it to win. It's great to have those kind of drivers with us. Mount is Opticon with McFlurry behind him. McFlurry's been battling a bit with his pace overall. I know he's kind of focusing on other things in his life at the moment. So he's kind of racing for the love of it. He was really quick in season 1, and then obviously last year, in the final seasons of last year. But I know he did get married. That obviously takes a toll on him. Anyway, so But yeah, it's all about practice and time in the saddle, because I can tell you now the time that Venture 26 and all of those front running guys are putting in is not to be frowned upon. It's quite serious. And Evo, also a very, very good driver, very quick, hard racer. In a battle, you have to get up early in the morning to pass him. He's currently 11th on the medium tyre, slung out in 12th on the medium as well. Adders on the hard. So Adders doing a long stint here. Adders can stay up really, really long, given his fuel consumption of the tyre. This man, will be interesting. Let's keep an eye on this man for a bit. And the Finn 2.16 seconds behind him. So let's it's not going back in a bit here. There we go. Let's see if we can do a flying lap with the Finn. Sorry, Mr. Bombastic. So he comes over the line, 2.3 second gap to the Finn. So let's just obviously remember that he is on hard tyres and he does have tyre wear. Takes a very wide entry into turn 1, gets the car nicely squared up, uses a lot of curve. The car's moving around obviously because of the hard tyre. Feeds the car in quite nicely. This man's very consistent. We've seen it before. And so also just manages to be very, very accurate with the placement of the car all over the place. So using a lot of curve there. This is also critical, maximizing your speed onto the Mulsanne straight. So if you look at the gap now, 2.77, so he got a much better exit than the Finn behind him. So down Mulsanne straight, it's pretty much is what it is, straightforward. Alright, braking on the 150 mark, coming into the chicane, using a lot of the curve. Is he going to pick up a penalty for that? Those trackers, yes he does. He's very strict on penalties, yeah. Let me just see if I can. There we go. So he is currently going down, approaching the Mulsanne kick. 3.3 second gap to this man, or to the Finn. He's probably going to break into 150 much later. Carries a lot of speed onto the apex. It's interesting. Different cars and different drivers. So you'd like a lot of drivers trail brake super late and trail brake the nose, especially obviously the real guys. Trail brake the nose onto the corner. The problem is with a hard tyre, you don't have that mechanical grip, so there's only so much grip available to you. So it's almost like driving in the wedge. You tend to get off and then just carry the speed to the corner. So you can see they're doing that. So very, very good driving here from Mr. Bombastic. Gap down to 0.3 again. Yeah, this is not one of our super exciting nose to tail hammer and tongs race. This is a long one. So lap 7 of 25. And, just moving my stuff like heck. So 2.9 second gap between Mr. Bombastic and the Finn here. Oh, Mr. Bombastic getting a bit loose on the curves there. So is the Finn. Both of these drivers are quite flamboyant in their driving style. I know that the Finn is also quite aggressive. In past endurance races, we've seen him take a very aggressive approach, and it works for him in terms of use, like no holding back, no fuel saving, no tyre saving, just he goes maximum attack and it works. It obviously doesn't always work, but in that one instance it did work, and I think that was at that one track, also track that the name will come to me shortly, but so still out in third is Dens, and Dens hasn't had the best run of luck, but he's doing quite well here. Currently in third, also on the hard tyre. So these boys going super long. Lap 7 now. Melty came in, I think, lap 3 on the soft tyre. So in this instant, it's going to pay to be on that hard tyre. Obviously, according to the regs, you have to come in. There's two compulsory pit stops where you have to fill up with fuel and tyres, and then you have to use every single tyre. So Finn currently going into the pits, he's decided to call it and do a stint maybe on a different tyre. So let's see. So 14 litres of fuel left. The Buster will be also running low on fuel. And obviously put onto the car. So we only see that when it goes out. Still on the hard, filling up the full tank. Let's see. So it goes out to the medium. So Mr. Bombastic still looking pretty good on fuel. This man has done so well. Very good competitor. Dens also doing very well. So the fuel, Dens is better on fuel. He has a lot more fuel, so for him, I mean, he can just stay out. Venture 26 on the hard. These guys, so Venture will, he's obviously going to have to stop a lot sooner than Alex, because Alex put a full tank. Venture didn't. Having said that, okay, so Alex has got 3/4 of the tank. Venture's got under half. So Alex still has the quickest lap in the race, 3:58.3, which is phenomenal. Medium tyre. It kind of shows you that the soft tyre doesn't really work here, which is massive. So 4th Alex, 5th Melty, also on the medium. 6 is Octocom, he's gone to the hard. He qualified pole on the soft, and the world's worst start. I think it was down to 9th or something. Man, I don't know, just bogged it on the start. Terrible. It's unlucky. I know it was practicing starts, we saw that. Ian Evo in 7th on the medium. Extreme tyre there. So it would make sense for everybody to go to the hard tyre as soon as they can. Obviously the pace is going to suffer. You're really battling there, he's just getting it out of shape. He's going to have to be careful returning to the track. So let's look at that again. Okay, so Jack E44 currently in 11th. That's dropped Ian down quite a few places. So the Finn passed him, and Flame passed him, and Jedi passed him. So Jack 9 in 11th, Slung in 12th, Addis in the pits. So interesting though, this is going to the medium tyre. Finn still out, okay, so he's on next to no fuel. He will have to stop now, but this has been an absolutely brilliant performance from this man. Where he will come out will be very interesting. So between him and Dens, there's a 16-second gap. Between Dens and Ventures, there's a 6-second gap. So 10-1. Bombastic will come out behind Alex. So Alex is in 4th. And then there's Melty 5 seconds behind Alex. So there's a good chance Bombastic will come out behind Melty. Depending on how much fuel he must put, maybe further down the grid. And yeah, I mean, he's going to put a full tank. That's my understanding. Hello, Clive Wilmot, that's Alex's father. Welcome, Al. Thanks for joining us. Also Den's also coming in now. So Venture. So here we go, Mr. Bombastic coming in. Let's see what tyre he goes for. Venture currently into first and second, half and third. So So yeah, he's going to drop way down the road, but he's had a brilliant stint on these tyres, on his hards. And what he will soon find out is that the wear on the medium tyre, if he goes to the medium, the wear on the soft tyre is extreme. Okay. Either way, you have to do your stint on both of them. The Finn in 5th place, so that's who he was racing earlier. So the Finn is undercutting, but obviously has a lot less fuel now. And yeah, so not terrible. Mr. Bombastic coming out in 7th. Jedi Jonah Bombastic coming out in 6th. Jedi in 7th. Also on the medium. So the gap now 3.1 seconds between these two. So it'll be a real game of chess between these two. Both on the hard tyres, both exact same fuel, but exact same tyre wear, but the fuel will be really different. So Venture's used a lot more, well, sorry, he didn't put as much fuel in. So he will have to stop a lot earlier. Alex won't have to. Alex has been fuel saving. So interesting. Let's just look at the time. So the times 4:01s. I mean, that's brilliant. That's a hard time. Multi also 4:01. Opticon 4:03. The Finn 3:58.7. Not quite the quickest time. The quick times will be when the Finn, Bombastic, and Alex get on, and Venture get onto the soft tire. That's when the times will come. So interesting. Bombastic 52. It's obviously because of his stop. His best lap of 4:11. 4:11 on the hard tire. 1:42. 1:67 by Alex. Alex now on the hard tire. Venture 4:136. So interesting. Very interesting. So we go back to our leader, Venture 26. He is currently running out of fuel, but he has a 3.5 second gap over Alex. Alex is second. These two have had a brilliant race. Alex put a lot less fuel in. Alex was leading the race. They went in at the same time. Alex put less fuel, but sacrificed track position. More fuel, apologies. Venture put less fuel and gained track position, but I don't think it's really going to help him because 3.5 seconds doesn't really help in terms of the greater scheme of things here. Malti in 3rd is about 8.2 seconds down the road. He is on the medium tyre, suffering the tyre, and he came into the pits around this time. On the soft, so he's staying on the soft. Could be harder to drive as the tyre wear becomes worse. So Opticon on the hards now, doing quite well. Just under half a tank. He's in 4th. Like I say, he had a bad start. So I think the last of your session, or everybody's session, is going to, like the last third of this race, is going to be determined by goes on to the hard tire after the softs, their final tire choice. So under pressure now, Opticon under huge pressure by the Finn, from the Finn. Opticon on the hard tire, in 4th, the Finn on the medium tire. So the Finn's going to want to get past him as quick as possible because the more he sits and plays, the more tire he's going to lose in terms of pressure on the corners. So Bombastic also hunting them down on the medium tire. So there we go. The fin is in the slip. Looks like you've got a good exit. And you'll be able to just get past Octopon here. A bit of hip and shoulder as the guys go through there, but there's nothing really wrong with that. Quite enjoyed it actually. It's good. It's good. Alright. So Octopon up in 5th, Mr. Bombastic in 6th, lap 10 of 25. Long race this evening, we're already 38 minutes into it. 6th is Mr. Bombastic. This man has proven to be an exceptionally good endurance racing driver. 7th, Jedi Jammer, hasn't had the best luck as of late. Also a good driver. Really, really quick at past time, battling a bit. Jack joining us recently, also proving to be really consistent. It's great to see, and thanks for joining us. This is a German. 9th is Dens, is on the medium tyre. Also, hasn't had the best of luck, but I think he finished 2nd overall last season, or 3rd overall. It was a real surprise to him, but it was down to the consistency in the end. So McFlurry in 10th. Now doing his stint on the hard tyre. Couldn't remember if he started on the hard medium. Then Evo 11th on the soft. So he's gotten onto the soft. Doing his stints now. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of lap times come, because this man can also send a motor car. 12th is Slung. The Subaru, he's gone into the soft now. 13th is Adders. These are the two Clubman's drivers. Adders 36 seconds behind Slung, so he's got a lot of work to do. So Venture 26, 4 seconds now ahead of Alex Bart. He has 0 fuel, so he's going to stop now. Alex still has half a tank, he's going to go long. So that means that Venture has to make this pit stop count, which means you'll have to go to the medium tyre and then go long later. So it's interesting. I understand his strategy, meaning that, okay, well, he felt that he was probably going to not want to do as much time on the hard tyre, so get onto the medium as quick as possible. The soft as quick as possible. However, like we've seen, the wear rate on the soft tyre is extreme, and there's not much difference in pace. So unless you're able to consistently bang out a lap time that's 2 seconds quicker, it should not. I mean, the hards just seem to be a lot more consistent. So obviously put a full tank in. That takes Alex to the lead now. He's got just under half a tank, and tyres are not an issue except for the rear left. It seems to be wearing a little bit more than the rest, which is fine, that's expected. Second is Melty, 11 seconds down the road on the medium, suffering. I mean, let's look at those lap times. So Alex, his last time was a 4:01.2. Multis was a 4:04.2. The Finn on a 4:01 dead. So Alex on the hard, Multi on the medium, the Finn on the medium, Bombastic on the medium. So makes sense that these guys will be quick. Multi and so interesting, very interesting. Alex still on the hard. So the Finn out in 3rd now, getting hounded by Mr. Bombastic. Are they going to work together, or are they going to go for the course? Bombastic looks like he's going for the course. One shots here. North side straight. They're coming up to one of the chicanes I can't pronounce. So Bombastic goes from track position, he goes up into 3rd place, ahead of the Flying Finn. And in terms of tyre wear, the Finn actually, so that again reaffirms what I said. Okay, look, he's probably got older tyres, but the Finn has always been a bit more aggressive in terms of his driving style. Having said that, there aren't a lot of corners here where you would use be really hard on the tyre. So it's getting it loose there. So Octacon up, he's on the hard tyre as well. Up in 5th. Gerard Jonah on the medium. Interesting to see where Venture came out. Oh, big slide from Jedi, making a rare mistake. That's going to allow Jack E to close the gap. So Jedi on the medium, maybe suffering a bit from tyre wear. Jack's pretty much exactly the same. 1.5 second gap, not close enough to be in the slip. Den's out in 8th place. Also doing quite well, so he's got Venture behind him. Venture came out in 9th place. Dent's on the medium, Venture on the soft now. So Venture's going to go for lap time, but he has a 4.4 second penalty. I can't remember when he served the penalty. I think at the end of the race, so he can still get the lap time. So yeah, Venture will go for lap time here for sure. Should be in the next couple of races, So interesting to see. He's got a good slip here. He's 0.8 behind Dent. So if he doesn't get held up by Dent, he can get a really good time here. But he might just get held up as they go through those the S's and that, because with the softer tyre, you're just able to gain a lot more corner speed. So, looks like he's being held up a bit there. It's not going to help his lap time. Oh, Ben's running very wildly. So, this shouldn't be Venture's out lap. This should be a hot lap. As long as left the room, it's unfortunate. I'm not sure if we have issues. So Monty back in the pits now. So you'll be going to the hards now. I think he started on the soft tyre. Let's see. So we're currently on lap 11. Goes to the hard tyre. So McFlurry, a second behind him. McFlurry on the hards. He's running out of fuel. He's fuel saving extensively. He's got one more lap he's gonna do unless he reverses down the pit stop. But he's got an Evo behind him. Interesting. Wow, he's really maximized his time on those hards. Again, Evo is on the soft. He's going to want to get past McFlurry as quick as possible. But look at the tyre wear on that soft tyre. I saw Evo just earlier. That is out on the medium, 2.5 seconds behind the pack. So back to your leader, Alex, and just sending it. So he'll be listening, and he'll be hearing that the hard tyre is the one to be on. So interesting. Let's see how this all plays out. It's very interesting. 16 seconds behind Alex is Mr. Bombastic on the medium tyre. Behind him is the Flying Finn, also on the medium tyre. But there's a massive fuel difference between these two. If you look at the fuel, so on the Finn is on a quarter tank, Bombastic and the Finn getting it very loose through there, both GT3 Subarus. Mr. Bombastic just over half a tank, so these guys used a lot of fuel. Alex has probably got 2 more laps in it. Let's just drive on with Alex. There's no close to the straight, to the start-finish straight. But these Hyundai Genesis V6 is so phenomenal. Obviously, Hyundai not my first choice of car, but it's a normally aspirated V6. And my personal opinion is that I'm a big fan of normally aspirated cars. I don't like hair dryers, to be honest, but they're very impressive in road cars, obviously required. But when it comes to a race car, I do like the normally aspirated stuff. Alex super consistent. Obviously you've done 12 laps around here, plus all the practice time these guys have done. So obviously he stays out. So he's going through these final set of kinks and chicanes here. Just to be a bit careful there, getting on the power. So it comes over the line. On a very wide entry to turn 1. Uses a lot of curve on the entry. You have to ride these apexes, ride the curves on the apexes. He's obviously experienced a lot of tyre wear, so car moving around a lot. And to use very extreme measures to get the thing to turn. You need to use a lot of curve, inside curve then, a lot of exit curve, because it's all about getting onto this main straight, doing what you can to get on this main straight and send it down the straight. So, Alex doing really well there. 14-second gap to Mr. Bombastic. Let's just try and get our graphic back. So, Mr. Bombastic on half a tank of fuel. Alex on 0 fuel. He'll have to come in on this lap. Let's just go back to McFlurry. Here we go. He comes in now because I don't know how he did that lap. Considering he's also on the hard tire. So he maximized his time on that tire. If he started off, I can't remember if he started on that tire. If he did start on that tire, 12 laps is phenomenal. I don't think he did. I think he started on the medium. So here we go. He's obviously going to put a full tank and then whatever other tire he goes to. So let's see. Alex is going down through the Mulsanne kink now, coming up to another corner I can't pronounce. Third is the Finn. Still Mr. Bombastic second, the Finn third. Also Finn run is on 0 fuel. Mr. Bombastic half a tank. So interesting how the guys are playing with actual time in the pits versus fuel that they put in. I'm not sure how that's all going to play out, but what it's done for Alex is sucking at this tonight. What it has done for Alex is it's allowed him to stay out free of traffic. What'll be interesting to see is where he comes out now. Venture is 5th, so Bombastic's 14 seconds behind Alex, then it's 2.7 to the Finn, 8 to Octocon, another 8 to Venture, so that's 16 plus 2, that's 18 plus about 14. So I think Alex is going to be in the pits a bit longer than that, to be honest. So did it help? Okay, for sure. Venture 26 is on the soft tire, so that's why. It makes sense that he's trying to maximize his pace here on the soft tire. Not getting the lap time, but Alex got a freaking amazing lap time. I suspect that is down to, because he was on the medium tire, so it must be down to obviously his ability, but down to the massive slip because he was behind Venture for a long time, so he must have picked up an enormous slip somewhere. So let's see how this goes. McFlurry, when did he come out? He has gone to the medium tire. So Bombastic passed Alex. Alex 1 litre of fuel on the hard. The fin is now stopping. Interesting. So that's going to release Alex and the fin down the bars together. How much fuel will Alex put in? That's the next question. Let's see. I suspect a full tank. 3/4 of a tank and goes into the soft tire. And it comes out in 4th. Venture in 2nd. Okay. So Alex has some work to do now. So he's 2.2 seconds, 2.5 seconds behind Dens. Dens is on the medium and is on a worn tire. So he'll pass Dens quite easily. Venture is on a soft tire. The fuel consumption much of a muchness between the two. So interesting how this is playing out. We are now lap 14 of 25. After this lap, it's only 10 laps to go. We are already an hour in, 54 minutes in, so it's amazing how this is all turning out. Bombastic, never take your eyes off this man. He is an absolute weapon of a tactician when it comes to endurance races. So is the Finn. So in my opinion, the race is between Mr. Bombastic, Bench 26, Alex and the Finn. Multi is giving the Finn lots of speed as well. Well done. Good job, guys. Two Subarus helping each other here. You have to be very careful when you do that, obviously, not to take each other out. So both on the hard tires makes sense to help each other. So Alex now closing the gap to Dens. A lot of work to do here. Dens is also not just going to give it up. So there's only so much you can extract from the soft tire here. If you have traffic, it becomes difficult because you can get held up quite badly. Venture is really on his own here, so he's able to do everything he can on the soft tire. Bombastic on the medium tire also pretty much on his own. Let's just look at the lap time. So Bombastic 401.3 on that tire. Best is 359.7. Venture 359.3 on the soft. Best first take time. Let's see what lap time that's going to give him. Should be coming over now. Does it go quicker? Can't see. Okay, Alex. Okay, he's just stopped. Obviously, Dens 403. So now it's flying. Alex will be on a quick lap now as well. So 9 seconds now to Venture. Bombastic on the medium. How long is he going to stay out? He will have to pit at some point and go into the hard tire. But, sure, I don't know. I guess it depends how many laps these guys get out of the soft tire. They've done their 3 tires now. So what do you do from here? Do you go onto another soft tire? Or do you go long on a hard tire? My opinion, you do your stint on the soft, you go long on the hard and finish the race on the hard. The question is, will you be able to finish the race with fuel? In terms of fuel, that I think is the limiting factor. It's not so much the tire. If you could manage the fuel to get to the end, you could potentially win this race. But it's a gamble. Only these guys will know their fuel consumption. So Subaru on fuel versus the Hyundai on fuel. Hard to tell. The gap now 8.8. This man has had really good time on the. What's he waving a blue flag for? It's nowhere near him. There's two people ahead of him or someone ahead of him. Yeah, it's Addis. Okay. So, Venture 26 in second. Mr. Boombastic first. Venture's closing the gap rapidly. The gap between Venture and Alex also 7 seconds. Both Alex and Venture on the soft tyre. Venture has a lot more tyre. So Alex is looking pretty good here. He will go long on the soft and then probably go into depends how long he goes on the soft. He looks to be really doing well in terms of management of the tyre, so he might go into another soft. Because if he can stay out long enough, then you could do another, then it wouldn't be required to go onto the soft, onto a hard to do the last stint. On lap 15, Den's on the medium tyre, also doing pretty well. He's currently in 4th. 90 on the hard tyre, 90 on the fin. Also going hammer and tongs. So both these boys on the hard tyre, although, okay, they're pretty much the same. The fin has more fuel than Jedi Jonah hanging in there. He's on the soft tyre, so not really gaining much from that soft tyre. He's got optic on the hard and the medium tyre. Behind him is Jack Lee on the soft tyre. Then Evo has had tough race. He's on the soft tyre out in 10th place. McFlurry also, terrible race for this man. It's really not working out for him. He's on the medium tyre. Addis out in 12th. He's on Mr. Boombastic has just passed Addis. And Boombastic maximizing his time on this medium. 4.6 seconds behind him is Venture 26, slowly hunting him down. Those kinds of mistakes will hurt his pace, so when will he change? Not sure. So interesting. Venture 26 out in 2nd place. He's on the soft tyre. 6.1 seconds behind him is Alex Wilmot, hunting him down every lap. So Venture battling a bit on the tyre there. What is he going to do? Will he go to the hard tyre and go long? He's still got time on this tyre. Alex has more time now, so going short on that fuel stop did not help him. Gave him track position, but he's going to have to stop again for sure. So will Alex. Alex is also hitting purple sectors here, so we might see an even quicker lap time from Alex here. Let's see if he's seeing it. Looking very, very fast here. Let's see. So Alex goes into the pits. Alex comes around, drives the curve, drives the other curve, lining the car up. There's a lot of curve there. Gets onto the main straight. Once the lap time does go quicker. 3:58.2 does. That was a very long time from this man. Whew. So he is looking to take this race. He is not taking a ride. Gap though did open up here. It was interesting for 4.48 seconds. Venture closing the gap to Mr. Boombastic 2.5 seconds there. Venture getting a purple sector, so these boys throwing it down. Let's see. Interesting, very interesting. Venture says, I see your fastest lap. I'll raise you one more. Dane's hanging in there in 4th place. He's on the medium. He's obviously going to have to stop again. The Finn hanging in there on the hard. He won't be able to make it. He's got half a tank of juice. Mountain going here on the hard as well. They'll go long, but not they're going to be able to fuel save to the end? I don't think so. Get on the soft, really no advantage for him to be on that soft at the moment. But you know, you have to use the tire, so Opticon on the medium still behind Jedi on the soft. I was battling to this evening. Jack Eve also on the soft. In Evo on the soft, pushing hard. McFlurry in Evo, I think he stopped again. So McFlurry out on the medium. 11th. Man, this has not worked out. It's one of those races. So, Venture 26 getting past Mr. Boombastic now. Makes sense. I want to do that as quick as possible, so Mr. Boombastic's between him and Alex. Having said that, Venture will have to stop at some point. 9.2 second penalty as well. So he pushed really hard to get past Mr. Boombastic and open the gap. Get him between himself and Alex. So Alex is 1.8 seconds behind Mr. Boombastic. So what do you do if you're Mr. Boombastic? Do you come in and go into the hard, or do you come in and go into the soft? Not sure. Mr. Boombastic getting very loose there. That's going to hurt his time, so he's going to have to make a decision soon. Will Alex be able to go to the end on this fuel? I don't think so. So all three of these guys are going to have to stop again. When and for how long, I think, is the key question. Is Den's the underdog? No, he will have to stop. Spage Finn will have to stop again. Octicon will have to stop again. So, interesting. Oh, looks like it's getting a bit heated between Boombastic and Alex. I think it was between these two in the last race. Boombastic got a bit wide. Thought, okay, let me just back out of it. Alex is on the softer tire, so makes sense. Does Boombastic go? No, he stays out. So, interesting. What is he going to do? He's dipping his thumb on the tire, that's for sure. He's still getting good pace out of the tire. So the gap now 0.7. Venture's 26 to Alex. Like I said, that Venture is on a much more used tire. So he's doing well to hold his own here. Not less fuel, not less tire. Alex put 8 behind Venture. Mr. Boombastic just hanging in there. So, Venture running it wide here. He's got Alex right behind him, so Alex gets the pass done. Alex going into first place now. These guys side by side. Don't think it makes sense to get too racy, but Venture's picking up the side drive, that's why he's just going to sit there. I don't know exactly the same place. But Alex, Venture goes ahead. That's a bit aggressive from Venture. But nonetheless, I think his MO has been track position the whole night, so it doesn't really matter because he'll have to come in anyway. Alex will go long, so Alex will have to come in as well. So it just depends when for how long. It's pretty much going to be even Steven, I think. Alex goes for track position now. Gets the job done quite easily. He's got a lot more grip than Venture. So Venture doing his job, holding up Alex as much as possible, which is also clever. Because if, considering the fact that Alex has a lot more tire, if Venture can hold him up and trip him up as much as possible when Venture has next to no tire and no fuel, it's going to help him in the long run, in the last phase of this race. So there we go. Alex makes also a rare mistake and gets it very loose. So these two exchanging places. It's a great exchange from these guys. Both of them very good races, and they've raced together quite a bit, and it's great to see. So yet again, Alex, very good move there. Decides to just play along, work together, and open the gap. Because Mr. Bombastic is also waiting in the wings there. He's going to probably come in on this lap. If we look at Mr. Bombastic, he's in third, he's got no fuel, so he will come in. This will be interesting. So Venture and Bombastic will come in, and probably both go to the soft tyre to finish. Unless they won't be able to finish the race on the fuel. So we're talking 7-8 laps now. Only 7 laps when they come in. Alex now has track position. He goes into the lead. So this is good work from Venture. Holding up Alex here. Not letting Alex get away. So if Alex got away and just pulled the gap, that's a gap he has to close it. So the more he can trip Alex up, not let him get away, that's less work he has to do a bit later. So it makes sense. Alex will probably start for another 2 laps and come in and then hit a super hot flying last stint. Unless Alex goes in now. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't. So Venture will come in now. So will Mr. Bombastic. This is going to be spicy. This is kind of voice quiet. Seriously. How about that? Thanks Issa. Crank it down a bit. Let me know. Long race left. Careful, Steve. Yep. It's good racing. Thanks, Issa. Car loud, voice quiet. How's that? Is that? Just let me know in the comments. Thanks, Issa. Let me know if it's better. So, as I thought, all 3 of these guys, Venture, Denz, Bombastic, all coming into the pits now. This software I'm running, I battle so much with the audio, I'll tell you. So Alex, he's gonna push now. He's probably gonna do about 2 laps and then come in. Second is the Finn. He's on a good tire, but he will. These two have been going quite hard. Finn's on the medium tire. So the Finn, Octagong's on the medium, the Finn's on the hard, but the Finn has less fuel. He's going to have to stop anyway. Multi on the hard, will have to stop as well. Jack E on the soft. Moat is not working now. Aha, there we go. So Venture out in 6th. That's where he's come out. So he goes to the soft tire. Opts for the soft tire. He's going to go long now to finish this race. So Alex will also have to come out at some point so he can finish the race. Bombastic also on the soft tire. The gap between Bombastic and Venture 7.4. That is interesting. The question now between these two is how much fuel does each car use? How much would each driver have to save? That's going to be interesting. Ian Evo out in 8th, 14 seconds. He's going to behind Bombastic. He'll have to stop now. Denz is on the soft tire. He's got a lot of fuel, so he will push to go to the end. Gerard Jonah in 10th. He's gone on the hard tire. Makes sense. Full tank, so he will go to the end. McFlurry on the medium tire, half a tank. Is he going long? Ooh, we've seen McFlurry try some hectic strategies and it work out for him. Is he going long? That's interesting because he has a lot of fuel. I don't know if he has enough though. That is out in 12th place. So Alex still in first place, 37 seconds ahead of the Finn. doing a good job to fuel save here. Let's see. No more updates on the audio. I guess no news is good news. Alright, it is about to get spicy. I just had a quick drinks break. We have got 6 laps to go. It's Alex Wilmot leading this race. We are on lap 19 now. Alex has to stop for fuel. He is on the soft tire. He will also go to the soft tire, I imagine. Second to Alex is Octocong Hill. Is he going long? 6 seconds behind him is Venture 26. So, and then 2 seconds behind him is Mr. Bombastic. So, this is the race. This is the race. Alex goes in. Right, let's see. Where will he come out? He will need enough fuel. The tire change will be quick, but the amount of fuel he puts in will dictate where he comes out. Has he done enough? to open the gap between him and get ahead of Venture 26 and Mr. Boombastic. Let's see. Whew, this is nerve-wracking stuff because Octocong is also kind of in this mix. He has half a tank of fuel. He's on the medium. Is he going to go long and try and finish this race? That is, that'll be interesting. So Venture 26 now. Where are these guys coming around? So coming up, no, Octocong going into the pits. So Alex still in the pits, putting fuel. He's going on to the apologies. Octocong's on the medium. So Venture has gone into the lead. Then you've got Mr. Boombastic, and then you've got Octocong, who's now in the pits. So no, Venture didn't go into the lead. Apologies. There was something up with the game. Okay, so it's Alex Wilmot leading. So he did literally do enough to stay ahead. Oh, this is going to be tough now, because the question Venture has to ask himself is how much is he going to use to try and catch Alex, given the fact that he has Mr. Boombastic behind him, hunting him down. So Venture has a bit more fuel than Boombastic. Alex has a full tank, but he's on mediums. Wow. That is a gamble. I wouldn't have gone to mediums. This, I don't know why Alex went to the medium tire. Unless he hadn't used the mediums already, but okay. Because maybe he uses the mediums and he's got more fuel, so he uses maximum fuel. I don't know. The gap now 2.57. Oh, this is going to be a tough finish to this race. What we want to see is these three finish close together. And maybe even Den's. Den's is 21 seconds though down the road. So depends how he also plays it out. Alex has enough fuel to get to the end, I suspect. But the Venture has a lot less fuel. So 2.27 seconds. So we kind of know that there isn't that big a difference in terms of grip level and pace between the medium and the soft. However, the wear is significantly higher between the soft and the hard. The medium looked very, very similar to the soft, so it's hard to say. However, the gap is closing. So we've got Alex Wilmot 1.87 seconds, 1.7 seconds now. What's his top speed? 266. They're the same. 272. So it doesn't look like they are fuel saving, where they reduce power. Mr. Boombastic pushing hard now. He can smell the top step of the podium here. Never ever underestimate this man. He is very good. But same with Alex Wilmot. Same with Venture 26. It is pretty wild between these two. So the gap now between Alex and Venture is 1.5 seconds. The gap between Venture and Boombastic is 1.9 seconds. Venture pushing hard. Now the question is he pushing too hard? Is it too much, too early? You got 5 laps to go. How much are they fuel saving? It's hard to tell. These guys would know, obviously. A key indicator is look at the RPM. Like, are they short shifting? They're freaking sending it. Doesn't look like it's short shifting. So the gap 1.6 seconds. Venture to Boombastic 1.7 seconds. Is Alex just managing the gap there? Venture on the softer tire. He has to be careful how hard he pushes it though on that tire. Alex making a mistake there. So the gap down to 1.2 seconds. That's obviously where the softer tires bet is, in the brake zone and in the Janetsu, welcome. Hello, boys and girls. Wow, it's been a long time. You're damn right it has. Don't leave soon, son. You got 4 laps to go. It's about to get wild. We've been at it for an hour and a half. And this is the gap. First, Alex Wilmot, 1.4 second gap to Venture 26. With a 1.6 second gap to Mr. Bombastic. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. So Venture, Alex leading the charge, like I just said. 2 Venture in second. Alex on the medium tire. Venture on the soft. Bombastic on the soft. Denz on the soft. Spage on the soft. Octagon on the medium. Jack on the medium. Melty on the soft. Got a purple sector. Ian Evo on the medium tire. Gerard Jonah coming out the pits now on the soft tire. McFlurry on the soft tire. Out in 11th place. This man has battled this race. Adders out on the medium in 12th. So Alex still first. 1.3 second gap. He's using a lot of fuel. So he's using more fuel than tire. I think that's the strategy. Venture's using less fuel but has more grip. So it's pretty much level between these guys, you know. It's a very interesting end to this race. Bombastic on the soft tire, pushing hard, just over half a tank. Venture just over half a tank. Alex on a 3/4 tank now. So the question is, at what point does Venture push? Oh, it's so tough to say. Must be a tough decision to make as well. Like, how do you know? Obviously, they know that as they've driven through this race, they know the tire wear and the fuel consumption, so they'd know when to go to maximum, and so that they can get the maximum out of the car. Gap now 1.3. The thing is, if Venture can get into Alex's slip, then he can dial back on the fuel. Then he can sit there and just follow. He can do that because he has the soft tire, so he will have better corner grip. So what I would do is maybe I don't know what they're using in terms of fuel. So maybe sacrifice a bit to close the gap on Alex, get into his slip, and then fuel save in his slip and wait till the last couple of laps. Because I'm not sure I'd want to lead this trio. What you want to do is get out of trouble, because now Venture's got Bombastic behind him, and Bombastic is probably doing exactly what I've just suggested. So Bombastic, in terms of tire wear, used a bit more tire, but exactly the same fuel. So Venture in the spot to bother here has to be careful. Can't let Alex get away at the same time. So the pass is not going to be on there. But gap is now 2 seconds. Can't let Alex get away. You have to be clever. Well, these two have to be a bit clever. Maybe Bombastic kind of feels like he needs to pull the trigger. Close the gap to Alex. Penalties, 10-second penalty. Wow. 2.9 seconds. Alex has a 2.9 second penalty, and Bombastic a 4.3 seconds. So they're all carrying penalties. Oh man, what a finish this is becoming. Whew. Will someone just stop for tires? I don't think so. Alex is on the medium tire. It looks like that has paid off, because he's now opening the gap. And maybe that's what's hurting Venture, is the soft tire. That's what we spoke about earlier, the consumption of the soft tire, the degradation of the tire. So Bombastic just sitting there, deciding caution's the better part of valor. Maybe they're working together here to close the gap. Gap now 2.5 seconds. These guys have to be clever. Don't want to let Alex get away. You have to be clever. It's 3 laps after this. You're not just going to close down a 2.4 second gap. Unless you got fuel, unless you got power, you're holding back on. This is where these guys need to be clever. Push each other along. It makes sense. Bombastic playing the game here. Good racing strategies. Good drivers. All 3 of these guys, exceptional drivers. It's very, very good from all 3 of them. I mean, we've been at it an hour and a half here. Hammer and tongs, and it's really good stuff from these guys. So Alex still in the lead. He's sitting pretty. He's got everything to lose here. Brilliant strategy from these guys. Absolutely brilliant. Doing a great job just maintaining that position, opening up the gap. Brilliant exit there. So Venture 26. Man, suffering on tires. I think that's what's hurting Venture, is the tires. These tires go off. It looks like they go off quite badly, these soft tires. So wouldn't want to finish the stint on them, and it looks like that is exactly what's happening. So let's go back to 4th place. Dens, 26 seconds down the road, currently in a lonely 4th, also on the soft tire. The Finn in 5th, also on the soft tire. Octacong in 6th on the medium tire. Plenty fuel, plenty tire. He's going to hunt down the Finn, but good luck passing him. Multi in 7th place with a 7-second gap in front and a 7-second gap behind on the soft tire. Jake in 8th on the medium tire, half a tank of fuel. 9th is Ian Evo on the medium tire, half a tank of fuel. 10th is Jedi Joan on the soft tire, half a tank of fuel. 11th, McFlurry on the soft tire, just over a quarter tank of fuel. Adders in 12th on the soft tire, just under half a tank. So the gap now 2.9 seconds. Well. That is interesting. So either these guys have been playing with each other and it's causing them to lose pace, or the tires dropping off so bad that they're just losing ground to Alex. I think that is what's happening. Unless they're fuel saving and there is a last couple lap 1,000,000% power struggle that's going to happen, but I doubt it. So Bombastic probably quite frustrated here. He might be thinking, what is happening? We're losing so much time to Alex. Is it worth trying to continue with this, or? So 3.5 second the gap now. Great shot here. So Venture will have the inside line for the corner. He decides to back out of it. Bombastic going ahead to lead the charge now and try and hunt down Alex. So Bombastic has tire, he has fuel. It's going to be 2 laps to go. Are they going to try work together? 3.7 seconds the gap now. Are they going to be able to do it? I don't know. It's a tall order. Especially considering how much it looks like they've been battling. How much are you prepared to sacrifice? 3.3 second penalty. 6.7 second penalty. 10.4 second penalty with Venture. So I'm not sure. It's a good end to this race after an hour and a half of racing. This man looks to have done everything right here. Yeah, he's got a 4 second gap. So these guys battling also doesn't help each other. So maybe they're just accepting defeat. They now it's about second place. Who's going to take second place? And it doesn't help. Like whatever they're doing is not working. Alex is just opening up a gap. So unless Alex makes a rare mistake, it doesn't look like anything is going to change here. Which is a pity. We would have liked to have seen a much closer finish. Obviously, this is a very close finish after 25 laps that these guys have done. So, but it looks like that soft tire just is not the answer. So, interesting. Fourth is Dens on the soft tire. Fifth is the Fin on the soft tire. Sixth is Octocong on the medium. Seventh is Malty on the soft. Big slide from Malty there. Let's just see that again. We can't because it didn't work. Let's see. No, it didn't work. Never mind. Eighth is Jack E on the medium tire. Ninth is Ian Evo on the medium tire. 10th is Jedi Jonah on the soft tire. 11th McFlurry on the soft. 12th Adders on the soft. 4.8 second gap. Alex crosses the line. 2 laps to go with a 4.4 second gap. Venture 26, 10.3 second penalty. So, from here it's about the podium. The fight we're going to see now is going to be for the podium. Alrighty. Gap now 5.2 seconds. Sure. That's massive. Looks like this tire just wasn't the right option. Also, okay, Mr. Bombastic, a 3:56.9. Wow, what a time. That is a serious lap time. But it shows you how strong the slipstream is here. So Bombastic getting the best lap time. But this man controlling this race so well. Adders, McFlurry still in it. McFlurry just kind of cruising now to the end. So McFlurry battled through this race. He's just going to finish. This man did not battle at all. He did everything right. On maximum attack now. Venture 26 and Bombastic. What hurt Venture early is that trying to get the undercut done and not going a full tank in the pits. That's what hurt him initially, and now again with that tire choice. Just didn't seem to, the soft tire just doesn't like a long stint here. So the medium and the hard seem to be the better option. Oh, look at that. Huge understeer there from Mr. Bombastic. So, not loving life. So, Alex coming around with a 5.6 second gap now. So even if Venture did get ahead of Alex, there just wasn't enough in the tyre for him to defend any sort of attack from Alex. So very, very good strategy. And this man able to understand what was required from this race to stay ahead. So very, very good work from these guys. All of them, I mean, we've been racing almost 2 hours. It's an hour and 14 minutes. Apologies. And Alex coming through the last set of corners now to go over the line to start the final lap. Man, it's been a long, long slog for this man. And there you can see Mr. Bombastic getting a big slide in the background there. But doing well, 7.1 second gap. So now I guess for these guys, it is really just about bringing the car home. Having said that, this is interesting because Venture in second place has a 2.2 second gap to Mr. Bombastic, but he has a 10.3 second penalty. Mr. Bombastic has a 6.8 second penalty. Ooh, this is going to be interesting as they come over the line. This battle hotting up as well. Dens to Spage to Octocong. Very interesting. So Octocong on the soft tyre also battling. Very good driver. Spage Finn, sorry. Spage is on the soft tyre. Octocong on the medium tyre. So Octocong will have more grip, more corner edge grip, but that hurts Spage. Man, that's unlucky because he was on for a 5th place there. But Octocong also very good strategy from him. So where is Alex now? Alex coming up to he's going down the Mulsanne straight, coming in between the two chicanes. 9 second gap to this man. So this is where it gets very interesting. So Mr. Bombastic and Venture both fuel saving. Exactly the same amount of fuel. So you heard Bombastic get off the power there to fuel save. He's in the slip. He was really using that, but Venture's got that massive penalty. He's going to have to do something about that. Bombastic not letting him get away. So very clever. Alex still 8.5 second gap here. So the guys have not been able to do no answer for this man really. So second, the gap still 1.2 seconds, but still that 10.3 second penalty. That's going to hurt Venture as he goes over the line. Mr. Bombastic now also with his 6.3 second penalty. So this is a good dice also towards the end here. No penalty for this man, but also no fuel on the soft tyre. No fuel, no tyre. Dens in 4th place. He's going to want to keep that. The Finn 7 second penalty. Octocong trying to get rid of his penalties. He's got the 3 second penalty, but he's behind the Finn now with a 6. Who's reduced it to 6.8 seconds. But he has track position, but a massive penalty. Octocong has less of a penalty. Dens has even less of a penalty, but less fuel as well. All these guys have 0 fuel. Multi also 0 fuel. Let's just go back to Alex before we don't see him finish. Alright, so back to Multi. So he's currently 7th, also with a 2.7 second penalty. Jake with 1 second penalty. Plenty of fuel. Ian Evo in 9th. Jedi in 10th. McFlurry coming in to change a tyre. Maybe he's going for fastest lap. He's on his lap 24. I don't think so. Oh no, he's putting fuel in. Sorry. So Ada's going up to 11. No, Ada's in 12th place. Apologies. So Alex coming through the final set of S's here. This man has done everything right. What a performance from Alex Wilmot. Absolutely brilliant, sir. Comes back to finish the race 7.5 seconds ahead of anyone. It's Venture with a 10.2 second penalty, and then so Mr. Bombastic Veggie gets relegated to third. Mr. Bombastic finishes second. Denz is going to come home in fourth place. He's got a 1.2 second gap to Octocong, who has a 2.6 second penalty. Denz has a 1.8 second penalty. I think Denz is going to keep fourth place here. Just needs to keep it together and not get another penalty and bring the car home, which it looks like he does. So brilliant work from all of these guys. Denz in fourth, Octocong in fifth. The Finn finishes sixth place. This was a tough race, man. Multi, also one of the really quick guys. New guy, very quick. Seventh, No Fuel. He's got Jack behind him. Big slide from Multi. Well done. Managed to finish this race. No Fuel. Guys will be very happy to get out of these cars. And Jack coming home in eighth place. Ian Evo has had a tough evening. He is also a very quick driver. Generally right up there. Always giving everybody a big headache. And just battled this evening. So ninth place for this man. Well done, sir. Managing to at least get the car back. Jedi Jonah also battling this evening. 10th place for this man. Well done, sir. Thanks for joining us. At least you don't have to drive this thing for the rest of the night. McFlurry coming. He is very far away. So is Adders. Adders is a lap down pretty much. I think he'll come over now and his lap will be over. His race will be over. Apologies. Will he get the checkered flag? Yeah, he gets the checkered flag. So it's just McFlurry that's still going. Oh, there we go. There's confirmation of your results. So, wow. What a race. What an evening. Whew. Man. But this man, just in another league tonight, was able to do everything right. And, yeah, absolutely stellar job. Well done, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to capture the points quickly and then we'll just have a look at where we are. Stay with us. Alrighty, so there we go. Have a look at the points quickly. So this is it after round 5. Let me see if I can zoom in here a bit more. Give you 95%. There we go. So currently after this race, this is all preliminary obviously. Alex on 100 points, Bombastic second with 88, Venture third with 84, Spage Finn fourth with 78, McFlurry fifth with 74, 6th is Jedi Jonah with 64, 7th is Dens on 63, 8th is Ian Eva on 60, 9th is Davide on 48, and bringing up the top 10 is Death Raccoon on 39, tied with Multi on 39, the new driver. So that's going to be it for us. Thank you everybody for joining us. Whew, that was a long event, but either way, we love it when you guys join us. So thank you very much. Thanks for having us. Thanks everybody in the comments, in the live stream. Multi, Isa, Venture 26, everybody, Clive, Isa, Janetu Motorsport. Thank you everyone. We'll see you guys next week. Next week's going to be a bit of a different week, but it doesn't matter. Have a good one. Enjoy your week. See ya.